everybody. Welcome back to That Haunted Podcast, Episode 9. I'm here with, again, the amazing, the wonderful Alex.
Oh, thank you. Hello.
Now you do me.
We're back. What?
You do me. Say something else about me.
I can't. Why are you putting me on the spot when
Anything. I said 2 things nice about you. Go ahead.
I wasn't prepared.
So, you gotta be prepared to say something nice about me?
I got funny Shane. It's so funny.
Yeah, what? Funny Shane? I'll take it.
There's a lot of things I love about you, but that was so random, and I didn't expect you to turn it around on me. And
Talking to the mic a little bit more. Talk louder.
Well, you know what? I just smoked, and you literally just turned that around on me, like.
Right. Anyway, so we have a fun podcast topic to talk about, but real quick, just so you guys know, we have merch. Link will be in the description. Go check it out if you want. If not, whatever. We barely promote it. We basically only promote it on the podcast.
Yeah, honestly, but yeah, you guys can follow us on Facebook. We have Instagram and
TikTok.
Definitely, if you think you're enjoying the podcast or even some of our investigation videos, please subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited to talk about this. At first, I was like, I don't think we should cover the topic because I don't want to make assumptions. I don't want to say anything about people we don't know. I don't want it to seem like we're attacking anybody or anything like that. But then...
It's an interesting topic. I didn't tell them what the topic was yet. So let's not get ahead. So basically, I woke up one morning and I saw on my Facebook someone posted about this restaurant that opened up. And apparently this restaurant is open... I just had a stroke. This restaurant is operated and run by a cult. Allegedly. These are all accusations. We're not going to point fingers. We have a news article we're going to read. We're going to go through it, talk about it. We're going to go off of basically what this article says. And I think it's an interesting topic because I used to be very obsessed with cults, especially in high school.
Didn't know
Heaven's
that.
Gate, top tier. The Manson family, topper tier.
I didn't know anything about that. That's very good to know when it comes to the paranormal because situations like that can actually attract.
We all saw Annabelle. Anyway, so we're going to talk about this cult, and that cult is the Yellow Deli, aka the 12 Tribes. And I've got a whole bunch of stuff on it. I have a whole album on my phone to keep track of all of it.
Buckle up, you guys. He has the receipts.
I have the receipts. Yes. So basically, I'm not gonna say where, but there is a restaurant. It's called the Yellow Deli that opened up around us, and it's run by this religious group. We'll get into more of that too. But looking into it more, this Yellow Deli has locations all around the world. Basically, it's got places in Hong Kong, Philippines, the UK. Now there's one in our area. What the heck's going on?
Which, when Shane told me, I was like, you know what? I don't doubt it, because there's a lot of negative satanic shit and things that you wouldn't even think. But these things are operating right under our noses a lot of the times, and it's a lot more common than we realize. But when Shane started telling me more and more, I was kind of shocked. Now, when you read that, Shane, what's the next thing you found? What's the next thing you looked into after finding just this?
I try to find a news article if there's anything about it, which apparently this religious group, I don't want to call it a cult, but I probably will eventually. I'm going to call it a religious group for now. I'm sure the further we get into the podcast, I'm going to call it a cult, because basically, in my opinion, that's what this is, and you'll understand why the more I talk about it.
Yeah.
But I found one news article that had the most information about what they do. And we're going to basically go off of that news article. I'm going to read it, and then we'll talk about it. There's a lot of sections of it, actually.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start by reading what the 12 tribes what the 12 tribes are. It's on their website for the Yellow Deli, too.
It's also something going around Facebook. You guys might have heard about it by now. But, yeah, go ahead, Shane.
All right. So this is coming right off their website. It says, the 12 tribes. 12 Tribes is a confederation of 12 worldwide self-governing tribes made up of self-governing communities. We are disciples of the Son of God, whose name in Hebrew is Yahshua. We follow the pattern of the early church written in Acts 2:44 and 4:32, sharing all things in common. We believe everything that is written in the Old and New Covenants of the Bible. So that's basically their opening statement of who they are on the restaurant's website, basically. So right off the bat, that gives kind of a cultish vibe to it. The self-governing.
It's questionable. You know what? It's questionable. You immediately wonder what's going on there.
Mm-hmm. Now, I didn't find this in the news article that I'm about to read, but I found it somewhere else that I think it was on their website, actually. So basically, locally around us, the Yellow Deli, people that run the Yellow Deli in our area,
yeah.
They have a quote-unquote compound. I'll call it land. No, I'm going to call it compound.
They called it a compound on their website.
So they have a compound. It's 7 acres of land, okay? And there's 12 families in that compound. And they all basically live in this big building. A common house is what they're called. You know, the Native Americans had a common house where they would gather and eat and all that.
Yeah.
But they do everything together. They eat together. They sleep in the same room. 12 families. So that's a mom, a dad, and however many kids. We'll say maybe 2 kids per family. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Big house. And basically they're all volunteer on the land, and even the deli, they're not paid workers. They don't take tips. It's all volunteer from the... Oh my god. It's all... She didn't hear her phone. It's all volunteers from the religious group. And it's basically, what I also saw on their website, is it's a mixture of Christianity and Judaism into one. I'm not too big on religion. I don't know too much about it, but I don't know if that's like normal for 2 religious things to go hand in hand. I don't know. I'm not going to touch too much on that because I don't know.
Well, that's why I was really trying to get you to watch the documentary on Netflix about the 7M.
Bucket of the Water? Oh yeah, the 7M. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that with you. The dancing cult.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to make connections as we go along here too. But yeah, continue.
Okay. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, the mixture of religions. So that's, I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm not going to touch too much on that. I don't know if that's normal for religions. I have no idea. But we're going to go right into the news article. I've got lots of screenshots of it. So we're going to get into it. All right, you ready, Alex?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Chapter 1. The Yellow Deli. The Yellow Deli is a restaurant chain with locations throughout the United States and in Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, Japan, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Its first location opened in 1973 in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I hope I said that right. So right off the bat, the restaurant chain that's associated with the 12 tribes has been around for 50 plus years, we'll say. I'm bad at math.
Which that...
What?
It's just wild to think that, but continue. Yeah.
The 12 Tribes community was founded by Albert Eugene Spriggs, known as Yannick, and his wife, Marcia Spriggs, in the 1970s in Chattanooga. I don't want to keep saying it like that. Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yep.
It has spread around the world. The group has gained notoriety for its extreme beliefs and allegations of child abuse. So, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. From what I've read and all that, child abuse seems to be very common in some religions.
Wasn't there more to that?
There's a lot more.
More than child abuse, correct?
I'll get there, yeah. We're getting there.
And this is very common. This is common in a lot of things that you see. And you know what? It's not right in your face where they're like, you know, keeping you on lockdown exactly. Like, it's very persuasive. It's a very, It's a very glamorous effect that these people try to use, and they really try to pull the wool over these people's eyes and show them like the bright and shiny things that they want to see, or what portray
it's
themselves.
Like Scientology.
Yes.
In that aspect.
Absolutely, because it's like a spirituality, and they use that religious community and everything to kind of manipulate and keep these people under wraps in a sense, and it forces these people to believe that they're in a safe environment with these people.
It's brainwashing. That's how most cults start. Brainwashing.
Yeah.
Look at the Manson family, Heaven's Gate. What was the fucking Jim Jones one? Heaven's Gate. Oh, it's gonna bug me. What was it called?
They're Christians,
Jonestown.
and they're like, I'm a man of God, and I can connect you to God, and the more that we connect, and the more we have dinners together, and the more that we only talk to us, the more that you will be connected to God, and that's how they really, really get. Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna keep reading. So this group has gained notoriety for its extreme beliefs and allegations of child abuse. Although the 12 tribes preach a message of love, some of the group's teachings and practices are disturbing to outsiders and former members. Bob Pardon, co-founder of the New England Institute of Religious Research, told the Southern Poverty Law Center, "Once we got those teachings, we knew that there was a very seedy underbelly to the group. We began to realize that this was a really heavy thought reform environment. There was a lot of behavior control over the members' lives." So again, that just preaches
behavioral control.
That just preaches right off the bat cult. Again, you got the Manson, not maybe not the Manson family so much, but you got Scientology, Heaven's Gate,
these
all that
people,
stuff.
Yeah. And when it comes to behavioral, it's very much like how you act in public, the way you portray yourself on social media. It could be how often you talk to people in your regular life. Like they are, they're persuading you any which way and making you think that again, if you guys watched Dancing with the Devil on Netflix, and it was about like these TikTok dancers. This girl is just heavily influenced to stop talking to her whole entire family because they were like, this guy was like, they haven't been going to church for long enough, so they haven't been in a while, and you need to cut off connection until they get to your level. And so do you see how he glamorized, look at you connecting with me, look how close you are to God, you can't talk to, it's just, and it's okay, it's just for a while, and it's literally a brainwash. Okay, and continue. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm making these do you see what I'm saying too? It's just like crazy.
So continuing on, there was a lot of behavior control over the members' lives. New members surrendered their possessions when they joined the 12 tribes communities, and outside media, books, internet, music, TV is heavily regulated. Before you talk, so on their website, you can volunteer on their farm or like take a tour of it. I don't know, but that's kind of like pulling the wool over the sheep's eyes. Is that how the saying goes? Like they're showing you that it's fine. It's kind of like how what North Korea does, because you can visit North Korea. They just like put on a show for you basically, and to be like, I'm not gonna do the accent. How they're all like, we're good, everything's good, man.
Do you think that if we toured, they would allow us to film?
Probably not. I think if anyone from those people heard this, they probably would be like, let's get these guys' faces. We're gonna put a hit out on them. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Oh, who knows? Okay, but the fact that immediately right off the bat you are forced to surrender your own possessions, that usually, they're trying to take your identity and strip you of your own identity right off the bat.
Talk a little louder.
And then not only that, so they're stripping you of your identity, really, when it comes down to, give me all your possessions. That likely includes your phone. Like, you can't talk to any outsiders any longer.
I mean, I don't see, like, Christians doing that, giving up all their possessions. Again, this is coming off very cult-like. And
What church do you go to? Or what religion do you study where you have to give up absolutely all
maybe
your possessions
Buddhism, but that's
in the
for,
beginning?
like...
Now, here's the thing. I had made a friend when I was younger that came here from Turkey. And one thing they would do is that they would put their phones up away. Because I guess their phones would be taken during, just so that nothing could be disturbed. And they would put out their mats, and they would put a video on, and they would do their prayer.
Mm-hmm. But you're also living with this specific group of people.
Yeah, exactly. They would get their phones back after, too.
Yeah. And I'm sure someone's going to make the argument that, like, oh, you know, the Amish do that too. Yeah, but they're not necessarily... How do I put this? I'm going to explain this as best as I can. I probably can't. I can't describe how it's just so different because it's... yeah. The Amish do some weird shit, don't get me wrong. But I don't know, it's just big difference between... They do. Big difference between, you know, the 12 tribes and the Amish. I'm sure someone's going to make that connection and try to justify it. And I can't explain it, but it's just different. Alright, I'm going to continue reading. According to FBI interviews, it is against the rules for community members to associate with others outside of the community, and new members receive public relations training that discourage talking to police. Again, what the fuck?
Why would you be discouraged to talk to police?
It's just more brainwashing, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think these people that run these cults, they're very charismatic. They're really good at swindling you into joining their fucking spaghetti alien monster religion. That's Scientology or something. I don't know. I forget what the hell it was. There's some religion with the spaghetti monster. But yeah, it's... Yeah.
Like, okay, they're cutting off your ties.
Yeah, basically.
Entirely to the outside world.
Mm-hmm. And, Chapter 2. Chapter 2, controversies, and there's a lot. Alright, controversies. The 12 tribes has been the center of numerous controversies in its half-century of existence. The Yellow Deli claims that fear has caused some to circulate unfounded rumors about us. Some of the allegations regarding the 12 tribes include, child hitting child hitting allegations. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't know what I can say on YouTube or not. Yeah, I know. Child abuse allegations of child abuse on 12 tribes compounds have made headlines since the 1980s. In 1984, police and social workers raided 12 tribes locations in Island Pond, Vermont, planning to examine the children for signs of physical abuse. However, a judge ruled the raid unconstitutional and the children were returned to their families. Big oof on government. I think, in my opinion, church needs to be, or religion needs to be, have an eye on it all, not all times, but like there's some weird shit going on in some religions. Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially cult stuff like this.
Well, and that's why they're allowing in churches now to have pastors and priests that can marry, and they're hiring people that are married now because they are trying to hire people that have people in that are priests and this is their view on it, that cannot be married or anything and cannot do basically ever, and then you're kind of putting yourself in a situation where you might get some 40-year-old creep, to be quite honest with you. I mean, to put it for lack of a better word right now, you really don't know who, and it's not even to say, and that's just what they have said, that's what their belief system is with some of it, or I've heard some opinions on that. I don't know if I agree with that or not, because you know what, there's creepy people regardless if they're married or whatnot, I don't know how avoidable that is, but That's a big thing that people have said. And, there was another thing I wanted to say. I don't know. The fact that it's been going on from...
It's very long.
The allegations from the 80s? Like, come on now.
Alright, however, a judge ruled the raid unconstitutional. The children were returned to their families. Decades later, a similar raid took place in Germany after hidden camera footage revealed parents regularly caned children in German 12 tribes communities. The 40 children removed from the 12 tribes were placed in foster care, a decision the European Court of Human Rights upheld in 2018. According to AP, the court found that the 12 tribes promoted a form of institutionalized violence against minors and called caning inhuman or degrading treatment, which is prohibited under absolute terms under the European Convention. I'm just saying, not the worst thing the Germans have done.
What is caning?
Hitting him with a cane.
Oh, I thought so. I wanted to be sure.
What you thinking of? They're supposed to eat candy canes?
I really was... No.
How would I do a German accent? I'm not going to do it. You must eat all the candy canes, ja?
No. Stop.
That was really funny. Okay. The 12 tribes admit to using corporal punishment, which is illegal in some countries, but not in the United States. We spanked them with a small reed-like rod. The 12 tribes FAQ page. Oh my god, it's on their FAQ. Sorry for yelling. It's on their FAQ page? I should have read that. Oh my god, what? Okay, so right off the bat, on their
Yikes.
frequently asked questions page, they're like, yeah, we hit them, but we spank them with like little small like fishing rods. That's crazy. Sorry for yelling.
Basically.
Not a paddle. It's probably worse than a paddle, actually.
Like
paddle's
a whip.
A paddle's like a...
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
You know those big pizza spatulas?
Yeah.
That's like a paddle. But like, if it's thin, like a stick, that's going to hurt more. In
Yeah,
my opinion. I don't know.
yeah.
I've never been spanked.
That's more like a whip. They're basically whipping kids.
You should spank me with one of each, and I'll determine which one makes me come more. No, which
Stop. Oh my god, cut that out.
Anyway, some former members allege the beatings are more violent than the group suggests. Maybe. In 2018, former member David Pike told the Southern Poverty Law Center he saw some kids getting switched till they bled. Oh my god, I want to use that. Getting switched.
That's literally whipping.
Yeah, that's bad. Now, okay, back then in those religious schools, kids would get rulered in the hand or whatnot.
Yeah, well, no, when I've seen that in Passion of the Christ, where it's just like, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't even watch that.
Movie. You can't watch that movie? I love that movie.
I can't watch that part. It's terrible. Can you imagine minorities are getting whipped? Wyatt?
What the fuck was it? Minorities?
Didn't they say that?
Minors.
They said there were literally young children getting whipped.
Those are not minorities, Alex. Those are kids.
Didn't you read minors?
You said I said minors. You said minorities.
Oh my bad. Sorry.
You need to chill out. Take a breath. Oh my god.
I'm sorry, you guys. It's getting late for me, and then I smoked prior to.
Okay, let me keep reading.
You
need to not smoke before a podcast anymore.
I'm tired. That's my issue.
I've been up since 3.
Me too.
Let me keep reading. Jeez, I can't believe she said that.
I woke up at the same time you did.
Right. 12 tribe. Let me keep reading. 12 tribes members are under intense pressure to physically discipline their children. One former member told the Denver Post, "If you are not beating your kids, you are going to be in big trouble." Oh my god, my dad had that same mindset.
Don't you dare. Oh my god. Oh Lord.
This is how I cope. Okay, let me keep reading. According to AP News, there has been at least one incident of a 12 tribes member going to court over child abuse allegations. In 2000, a Connecticut couple pleaded guilty to charges of third-degree assault and cruelty after hitting their children with a fiberglass rod. Oh my god.
They pleaded guilty. That means it was so bad that there was no talking, there was no getting out of that.
So if there's some random asshole out there saying they're not a cult, fine, they're not a cult. Even if, wherever floats your goat. But still, they're doing some fucked up stuff. Whether they're a cult or not, that should not be allowed. I am mostly against child abuse. That's just not okay.
I can't with you. No, yeah, no. And again, going back to the 7M TikTok cult from Dancing with the Devil on Netflix. There is a lot of mental and different forms of physical abuse. And I'm trying to think. So YouTube and TikTok, like
Essay.
a lot of essay. I was gonna say a lot of essay going on, because and a lot of people would say, oh, it starts off with a massage, and you think if you can massage the person, oh, you need a back rub, and then you can say a prayer for me, connect me to heaven, and blah, blah, blah. Oh man, it goes further than people. It's terrifying. It truly is terrifying the way that people are brainwashed over time.
Alright, the next controversy they have are labor allegations. Ooh. Members of the 12 tribes are expected to work without pay for their community. This necessarily raises questions about the group's labor practices. The 12 tribe... I can't see this. The 12 tribe members work members to death, one former member told the FBI. Again, the FBI. Usually, the FBI doesn't look into much. I feel like, I don't know, maybe they do. Maybe the FBI is all over freaking the church down the street. We don't know. But for the FBI to get involved, it's very serious.
Yeah.
It's still coming off very cult-like, and even if you want to argue it's not a cult, they're still doing some really bad stuff.
And I want to make it clear that the FBI and the police do investigate cults and Satanism and things like that. I've actually looked up old police records and things like that from, 70s and shit like that.
In the 70s and 80s, they the cult stuff, especially with D&D, very heavily criticized. All right, we got a lot to go
70s,
through.
80s, yeah.
The group has also been found in violation of child labor laws. In 2018, the New York State Department of Labor found multiple violations at a 12 tribes cosmetic factory in Washington County, New York, to the Times Union. Ooh, so they have cosmetic factories? Interesting. Okay.
Oh my god.
Next allegation is drug allegations. The 12 tribes claim drugs and alcohol use is an attempt to fill the emptiness and soothe the pain caused by a bad conscience. And they have no place in our life because we are forgiven. Wait, what? Drug and alcohol use is an attempt to... Oh, so basically they're denying it by saying they have no place in our life because we are forgiven. So I guess people use drugs because they feel guilty of something, but you have nothing to feel guilty about if you're in this cult. Because God has forgiven you. So I guess that's what that's meaning. However, multiple former members of the 12 tribes alleged to the FBI that they were unknowingly drugged. According to the FBI interviews, there is drug use at the commune through baking drugs into ritual bread. LSD and hallucinogenic plants are usually used. We should visit this place.
Remember how I literally said... Oh, no, not what I... No, I literally said we should. We should take a tour. But for one...
I'd love to if they want us there.
What was that one cult-like thing where... I think that's what it was... Or is that the... Where they, made the wine and had everyone drink the wine?
It was Kool-Aid. That was Jonestown? Is that what it's called? Jonestown? Fuck, what's it? Jacobstown? Something with the one guy. I forget. But usually when it comes to cults, they like those Kool-Aid jammers full of drugs.
It's another way to manipulate and alter.
That would kill them.
Well, Kool-Aid. Yeah, but this isn't. I meant the LSD and whatnot. It's another way to manipulate and alter them.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then of course, when you're all effed up like that, you definitely are like, yeah, I don't want to talk to nobody, man.
Yeah, this coffee's strong. Coffee's strong. What the hell?
I'll take another croissant.
Let me get a fucking...
Maybe 5.
Let me get some more rye bread. No.
And then they're not feeling that great. What the frick? Like...
Ooh, here we go.
They're like, you're connecting to God. Like,
another allegation is racism. On its FAQ page,
yeah.
I don't know why they have frequently asked questions about these very particular things. Racism. On its FAQ page, the 12 Tribes responds to the question, are you racist? With no.
Careful on here.
Inside the community, Yahshua's death for our sins removes all hostility between the races. Some ex-members see things differently. In his memoir, Better Than a Turkish Prison, What I Learned from Life in a Religious Cult, Sinasta Koluki describes how Black 12 Tribes leader Yohanan Abraham, formerly John Stinger, that's a cool ass name, believed that Nathan Bedford Forrest was a righteous man. He believed that the Triple K in its early days had a righteous purpose. Oh my god.
Careful. I said careful.
I'm being careful.
You can't say half of the crap you just said when I kept telling you careful on TikTok Live.
I didn't say anything bad. This is educational. Nathan Bedford Forrest was a Confederate general who led a massacre against Union troops. After the Civil War, he became the first Grand Magician of the Triple K, a white terrorist group. I'm really dodging bullets here. I feel like I'm walking on a landmine. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, one of the 12 Tribes' teachings is that it is horrible that someone would rise up to abolish that one really bad thing in the 1800s. What a marvelous opportunity that African Americans could be brought over here to be workers so that they could be found worthy of the nations.
This is literally
really
what
bad.
This is, and I don't want you to continue with this stuff if it can, because they get the hint. This is terrible.
Sweating from that one. I was really fucking walking on eggshells there.
Like, if this doesn't sound like a cult, what does it sound like to you?
They're just bad people, I guess.
They're terrible people. Not just a cult. They're downright terrible people.
My God, I'm not laughing because that was funny. I'm laughing because I was like really trying to dodge words there to not get
because I'm not comfortable with the.
So we're gonna skip the rest of that. So we're gonna go on to the S.A. allegations. In collected FBI interviews, there are multiple allegations of S.A. within 12 Tribes communities. Law enforcement has received complaints of child S.A. from 12 Tribes locations in Hiddenite, North Carolina, and Manitou Springs, Colorado. Our interviewee alleged that punishment within the cult is being beaten with a rod and having your wife or children S.A.'d by, that's fucked up, by cult members. Jesus. Also, the fact that these ex-members are calling it a cult. We're going to call it a cult. I'm not going to call it a religious group anymore. It's a cult.
And that's exactly what was going on with Dancing with the Devil. Mm-hmm. People were stepping forward, ex-members, saying that it was a cult as well.
Okay, we're going to go on to...
I almost want to get a snack.
No eating on the mic. It's going to be very fun. Not liking the... I can say that on YouTube.
Can you say it on TikTok?
Probably. It's not a bad word. It's just, if anything, only good people use that word.
No, that's fine.
Homophobia. The 12 Tribes community is openly homophobic. Their website reads, homosexual behavior is immoral and can be what the fuck? Mortally dangerous. Dude, I just had a stroke. My head hurts. Hey, this is serious.
I'm just getting tired and that was fucking hysterical. I'm sorry.
According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, 12 Tribes founder Albert Spriggs taught that homosexuality is a capital... Is this funny to you?
You randomly going, Morty. That was just wild. Okay, continue.
Anyway, before I was interrupted, Albert Spriggs taught that homosexuality is a capital offense. Yeah, these people are just assholes.
And this
Honestly.
is still a former member coming forward talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's on our website too. That
yeah.
they say homosexual behavior is immortal and can be mortally dangerous. I got that time. Alright. Yeah, these guys are just assholes, man.
Yeah,
Another
literally.
allegation is misogyny. The 12 Tribes is a patriarchal society. I think I said that right. Oh no. Patriarchal? Patriarchal. Dude! No! Patriarchy's the base where they're going off of. Patriarchal society on its website. Hey, this is Alex. Come on. There's kids getting beaten with sticks, and you're laughing over here.
No, I'm not.
There's
laughing
kids
at
getting
that.
juiced up on fucking LSD rye bread, and you're laughing.
No, not at that.
It's very serious. I shouldn't. Okay.
Patriarchy.
So you can even say it.
Patriarch.
Men are
Can you
superior, is what they're saying. On its website, the group states, in reality, there is practically nothing that women can't do, but we choose not to do certain things. Okay, so it's the women's idea to sit around and be lazy all day.
What?
I'm sure that they probably do most of the cooking. Wait, no, I can't. Well, hold on. Wait.
Whoa.
I'm just basing what I think off of what they do. That statement reflects nothing of my own thoughts, feelings, or opinions. So, baby, you're gonna lose it. Here, I got it. Stop touching stuff, please. Former 12 Tribes members Jenny Lynn Fiore told the Southern Poverty Law Center in 2018, I saw very controlling, overbearing husbands treating their wives pretty badly.
Is this funny too?
And there was no recourse. They're basically kitchen slaves.
Shane, you can't say that.
I can say that.
No, not on TikTok.
We're reading something.
Guess what? You're gonna get me banned, and then I'm
According to the 12 Tribes website, many of us women run household kitchens that are the equivalent to sizable restaurants. That's fucking huge. Organizing the serving of home-cooked meals at least 3 times daily, not to mention hospitality for guests and special gatherings and meetings at a moment's notice.
So they're basically like telling them to like go cook and clean, and that like they're basically really sexist and really like old.
Yeah, old school basically. It's like
that's terrible.
And that was the last thing about it. These guys are just, again, they're just assholes. If you want to argue that they're not a cult, they're assholes.
So yeah, understand that everything that was just said was being read. That is not anything of our personal. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is a religious group, or do you think this is a cult? Because we've clearly have formed our opinion.
It's definitely a fucking cult.
We have clearly formed our opinion, and that there's terrible things going on.
If you got ex-members calling it a cult, it's a cult. But yeah, it's very strange that this is happening. Like literally not in our neighborhood. It's happening pretty damn close to where we live.
Yeah.
And I will say, I read the reviews on the restaurant. They have some good fucking reviews for food.
I actually had a paranormal friend say that she was leaving New York State and saw
that's right,
a place on her way out, and she was shocked.
So maybe one day on our YouTube, we'll just like film us going to the restaurant and just trying their food
You
out,
want to
talking about the
support
experience.
that because those people aren't getting paid.
I understand. But it'd be a good video. You gotta make some sacrifices. Plus, they make a good roast beef on black, apparently. You know? She's giving me the stank eye. All I'm saying is, we'll see.
I don't want to support them.
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, I feel bad for the people.
No, absolutely, it's horrible. But it's like insider investigating, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. I think doing a tour would be like that.
That'd be really cool. They probably wouldn't let us film, but we could always do a podcast and talk about it. And I don't want to secretly film and get midsummer and get put in a dead bear and set on fire in this weird ass teepee porta potty.
Yeah.
I don't want that. But yeah, let us know if you think it's a cult or not. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. I'm sure you guys would agree with us.
Yeah.
Cooper, my guy,
he keeps kicking us. And let us know what subject you guys want us to cover in our next podcast.
Or if you have any cults you want us to talk about, you can do that too.
Anything creepy, anything spooky. It doesn't have to necessarily be paranormal.
Yeah, comment your favorite cult that you're interested in. I shouldn't say favorite cult. Hold on. But yeah, that's gonna conclude episode 9 of that haunted. Say with me.
That haunted podcast.
Cast.
Great. That haunted podcast. If you guys can subscribe to our YouTube channel, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And we appreciate the follows, and let us know if you give it a listen.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.
Good night.
We're gonna go get us a nice roast beef sandwich.